It's great to be alive, but only if you know why you're alive. Many that have attained success in terms of what they had thought would give them life find themselves at the end of the day very ill at ease. In fact, terrified by a dark void of meaning. They've gotten to the top only to find nothing there. They are rich by one standard, money, but impoverished by another, meaning. Would you rather have tons of money and feel existentially empty, or have no money at all and feel existentially full? Jesus decided to empty himself, becoming obedient even to death on a cross, and he gained everything. He entered not just the human condition, but the depths of darkness in the human condition, and even descended into hell, as we say in the Creed, of his visit to the souls of the just and the place of the dead. And through it, he found himself stripped enough to accept the resurrection and the ascension and cosmic dominion. Big gifts, but not to be received by those whose hands are closed, whose fists are clenched, who are clutching lesser life trivia and unable to receive the bigger gifts. When the rich young man came to Jesus, Jesus knew that this young man might have already spent the greater part of his energies in life accumulating a fortune, maybe. The man was at least open to something more, eternal life. And Jesus gave him hope by telling him he still had a chance, provided he should sell all that he had and give it to the poor. A chance to follow in Jesus' footsteps. With God, it might be possible either for the rich man actually to let it all go, or to adhere to God in such a way that he should be ready to let it go as need would dictate. But his heart would have to be where the heart of the author of today's first reading could be found, preferring divine wisdom to gold or silver or power or health or beauty or even daylight. God knew he needed to do something that we also need to do in Jesus, the Word incarnate. That is, to get to the point where we can number our days aright. What does that mean? It means to become wise, to be able to see the things of time in proper relation to the things of eternity. What is the ultimate purpose of our lives? The one that gives meaning to everything else, and without which everything proves fruitless. A chase after wind, in the words of Ecclesiastes. What is it that is the vanishing point, like in a picture when you paint it, that provides perspective for all other elements in the image? In many ways, we learn the most important lesson when downsizing. There's a certain joy in figuring out how to get by with less and to get out from under the albatross that an abundance of possessions can represent. Saying goodbye to them sets us free. It's a way of letting go in order to let God direct our hearts. Sometimes the downsizing of our activities is a function of illness and the aches and pains of aging. We get a chance to recognize what is merely transient, where thieves break in and moths consume, as opposed to what is everlasting. 2 parishes back, my next-door neighbor was working at his home. He had retired. And he said, he says, all my life, I worked very hard to get all the things that I now have, more and more and more. And now that I'm retired, all that I can think of is how to get rid of it. Well, whenever and however the summons comes to us to wake up at last to that truth, let us not walk away downcast in spirit, but understand how God, with whom all things are possible, is calling us, with his help, to accomplish the impossible.